Hi everyone, it's Mark here again. I'm the founder of the Arts and Culture Network, and this is the best bit of the job for me. I'm catching up with Kat, and I'm fascinated because we've just started a conversation about why she prefers not to sit in the center of her screen. As you might notice if you're watching, I'm slightly off center, and Kat is giving most of the airtime to the wonderful guitar collection of her husband behind her. So Kat, now this I gather is a nice lead into to some work that you've been doing, which is why we wanted to do this catch up. So why do you prefer not to be in the center of the screen?
Oh, well, besides showing off a quarter of my husband's guitars, um, I started producing a documentary film uh, towards the second half of last year. It was about the conductor Nick McGuigan. He's actually British. He's an OBE. Um, And so in the producing and working with the filmmakers, I was reminded of the composition of an image and how, when you show a person in the frame, it should never be in the center. It's a third. You snap it to the grid line. Showing a person in the center is amateurish.
Oh,
And
I should
so
have it, yeah.
was there you go. It's in a third, and
Yeah.
we are perfectly balanced, you and
Oh,
I.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
there we
you should be on the other side.
other side, right.
Backwards act. That's also no good. There we go. Now we're balanced. You're a third, I'm a third, and we have the middle third.
Fantastic. And I've got perspective in mind now as well, which I didn't have.
Exactly,
Yeah.
perspective. Um, so, excuse me. I have this crazy habit of having an idea and then say, I'm going to do this. And then whatever this is, then I suddenly, and then I'll just tell everybody I'm going to do this. And then, a friend or my husband will say, oh, sounds great. Do you know how to do this? And I say, oh, no, I'd better find a teacher. And so I decided to make a documentary film about Nick McGuigan because he is actually turning 75. Oh, today is his birthday.
Wow.
And for the past, I want to say close to 40 years, 35 some more years, and he has been very instrumental in the Thrive, in fostering early music in the San Francisco Bay Area and beyond. Is he's quite well known in the early music circle, and he had been the artistic director of Philharmonia Baroque Orchestra in San Francisco. He retired, and in 2020, just on the cusp of the pandemic, um, but a group of uh, music lovers and audience said, "Oh no, but he cannot just disappear in the Bay Area." Right, just because he's retired, what would we do? And so my husband and I decided to underwrite a series of large scale choral concerts to have him guest conduct. And we started with the St. John Passion, we have symposiums, and this is always Bach's birthday, March 21st. And this year, March 21st, we're going to do the St. Matthew Passion. And so I just decided I'm going to make a documentary film about Nick's life and his music and his influence on the Bay Area. And we are going to culminate all the interviews and the shooting, the filming um, with the St. Matthew Passion. And then we're going to, during the film, play on the word passion. Passion, not just in the religious sense, but passion for the music, passion for the audience, passion for the community. How Nick's passion for this music um, brought the audience, made the audience into a community, how the community's passion for him and for this music made it a even more cohesive, loving community. So that's the thing. Long story short, and then he was conducting guest conducting gosh, what is that? The not the magic flute, Figaro, the marriage
Figaro.
of Figaro in Denmark. And I said, oh, someone has to go catch this footage, right? And the atmosphere for the B-roll. And the director said, well, I can't go. You have to go. You have to go film him. And I said, I don't know how to film. So I had to take some crash courses. And one of the things I learned was the composition of the framing.
Ah, there we go. And that brings that story beautifully
That's
round.
why I'm on the side.
That's why I'm on the side. I must admit, I'm feeling slightly a bit too far. So I'm going to come back just a bit in the hope that that's acceptable.
You are a little too large.
I'm too large.
Yes, there you go. Because your
That's,
head was cut off. Now you're not. You're not.
there we go.
You're
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
I've had to move away from my desk. I can't reach the desk to write on now.
Right.
There we go. Well, that's a lovely update. Is there anything, what plans do you have for 25? Are there any other projects that you're considering supporting?
Ongoing projects that are just coming to fruition. The other one that is we launched the Cava Fermata fellowship at the University of Chicago. It's a series of fellowships grants that give that supports interdisciplinary inquiries. And I decided Cava is the philanthropic entity that my husband and I founded. Fermata, I want to use that word in the early music sense. It doesn't simply mean stop. It means stop counting time and starts creating within a framework. So
You're like a
Cava,
mini pause cadenza.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. The cadenza. You see the fermata, you go cadenza. But so Cava fermata is for interdisciplinary projects, a scholar within the university needs to collaborate with an artist, scholar from outside of the university that come up with an inquiry type of project for which they share within the community. That is a class, an elective class for the students, and and uh, and from outside of the community, sharing your process with the community, whether you have a final project or not, whether you are quote unquote successful or not, because we believe, my husband and I believe, that today's society has too much focus on success and achievement, and we are always going for the end goal, and in the process, our creativity is lost. So
Mm,
we want us to stop counting time and start being curious and see where it leads, start experimenting, because, even in science experiments, your experiments which does not have a result that you expect is still an experiment. So, and we wanted to share the process with the community to say it's okay to not to have your final project presentable thing tied up in a nice bow.
that's
Um,
I love that. That's fantastic. There's sort of parallel thoughts. Don't let perfect be the enemy of the good. Uh,
exactly,
you know,
exactly.
it's the journey. It's not necessarily the arrival where much of the creativity happens in those circumstances.
Right. So our first fellowship is going to be launched. It's already launched, but they are going to start working on it in oh, I want to say they're actually going somewhere in May, probably.
Oh,
Do we have time for me to share screen to just explain it?
absolutely. Yeah. Let me
First, I need to log into hold on a minute.
yeah, and then you can show our viewers.
Okay. You're giving me. Okay, it's not letting me share.
Should be able to.
Reason. Something in my setting. Something in my setting is not right.
Oh, well, not to worry. We could do another catch up on that, and we can do a
I
special
mean,
little
if you want to
video on it.
make it part of the recording, maybe you can share the screen.
Yeah,
Log on.
where do I go?
You go to Gray Center, one word, .uchicago.edu.
GREY or GRAY?
GRAY, the American, GRAYCENTER
Yeah.
.uchicago.edu.
U Chicago.
Yeah, .edu.
EDU. Let's see if I can get there first. Yep, I'm there.
And then you click on fellowships.
Yep,
And then you click on Cava Fermata.
yep. There we go.
And
Let me share this, shall I? And then you can talk us
yeah.
through it. Share. There we go.
There. Cava Fermata, Tiffany Chon, and Mark Bradley. Tiffany Chon is a visual artist. Mark Bradley is a historian, a professor at U Chicago, and their project is to explore and examine the history of migration, especially forced migration, through the migration of food and spice.
Wow. That's
And specifically, they are going to focus on the community around Boise, Idaho,
mm-hmm.
where the spices from Somalia and Afghanistan have been integrated into the local cooking.
Wow. Love that. Is there more down? There's plenty here. So yes, so this is at graycenter.uchicago.edu, and then choose fellowships and Cava Fermata if you'd like to read more about this. Oh, that sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
Can I show you one in return?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Otto is one of our full members, and he has come up with an initiative called The Art of Memory. And it's a multidisciplinary show that he's trying to get off the ground. Can I show it to you on the there we go. He'll thank me for doing this. There we go. You should be able to see that now.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a kind of it's a bringing together of musicians, digital artists, scent artists who specialize in different scents, as in SCENT, to try and bring to life lost memories as a result of Alzheimer's,
It's gorgeous.
isn't it?
It
Uh,
is. He should get in touch with the Gray Center at the University of Chicago.
okay, I'll suggest it because it's a performance. So this is the performance show.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then it's entirely so there's Tobias, he's the designer, and then there is a specialist that introduced smells into the space to try and embed those memories even more. And there's a soundtrack, a symphonic soundtrack from so yeah, I'll share this with you just in case you'd like to see it, but it looks really, and the company is Renaissance that are behind it.
Mm.
So they're looking for places to put this together. So
Huh.
yeah, I'll make sure that I connect you and Otto because he would be thrilled to seek your advice on who he should turn to for that as well.
Yes, by all means. I don't really I'm not involved in the final in the vetting process at the beginning. The
Right,
how it goes normally is we are given a list of projects with descriptions, and we choose one to fund.
right.
Um, and but he should definitely get in touch with me, but he should in the meantime get in touch with the University of Chicago, the Gray Center.
Gray Center, is there any particular person or is there an application process there?
There is an application process.
Fine, I'll point him in that direction. That's very
Yeah.
kind. Thank you.
Yes, and I have a feeling that they need to also work with someone outside of the arts, the the liberal arts. Right? Like this one, we have a visual artist and a historian.
Yeah,
This, his project, you're looking at dance, music, visual, and all that. And I have a feeling that he needs to bring in, I don't know, a neurologist
he
or
has. The medical director and artistic advisor is Elliot Silverman. He's the medical director. So there is a kind of healthcare
right. But
part
I have a
to this.
feeling that it needs to be um, one of his project support or participants need to come from the University of Chicago, because
Oh, I
this is,
see. So he might have to partner or in those circumstances. Oh,
I'm
so
not sure that's
yeah,
what I'm thinking, because in looking at their past projects, it's always one scholar from the university, but
right. Okay. Well, that
probably
works.
not. I'm speculating. We don't get involved in the nitty-gritty of things, but we do go through a process. We go through the short list
Right.
with the center.
Right. Okay. Well, that's really valuable advice. Thank you. I'm sure he'd be very grateful. Kat, this has been lovely for our quick catch up. We must do this on a 6 monthly basis so that I can see even more guitars next time.
Oh, there is one more thing I need to tell you.
Please.
My novel will be published in May. It's picked up by a publisher.
That's
Um,
great news.
yes, finally.
Tell it,
Um,
tell us a little about it, without giving the game away.
oh, the novel. What's the novel about, you mean?
Hmm.
It's about um, it's about the trauma's effect on personal choices. The trauma and intergenerational trauma affect the way we think and our worldview, basically, because it affects who we are, and who we are affects our decisions, and the way we make decisions affect other people, globalization, and the world, depending on where we are in society. And so how to transcend that trauma and make decisions, and to not to make the already powerless um, even more powerless.
That
That is a process that is very difficult.
I'm sure. And it's a novel in the sense that it's a fictitious story, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and that's out in May, is it?
Um, I think so. It depends on how quickly. We just finished the cover design, and unfortunately, for some reason, my computer is not allowing me to share the screen. Um, and then depends on how much proofing and copy editing they want to do.
Well, perhaps we could do another catch up like this when it's published in the spring. That would be great. And we can tell the story. Will it be available in all the usual places, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, I don't know if you what kind of big bookstores you have. Barnes and Noble, do they even exist anymore?
Our equivalent is Waterstones, and yes, we still have the bookstores in the high street, but I imagine it'll be available on Amazon.
Everything is available on Amazon. Yes, it will be available on
Yeah.
Amazon. Some
And
other.
you'll probably get it next day as well, knowing our
Yeah.
Amazon. So, oh,
Yeah.
that sounds very exciting. I look forward to talking to you again about that once it's been published. But I just wanted to thank you again, for being one of our full members. As you know, we're entirely member funded. We don't have any grants or sponsors or advertisers or shareholders telling us what to do, and that's the way we'd like to keep it. So I'm particularly grateful for your full membership. You don't know this, but you've already helped some of our members in need, because some of our membership revenue is diverted to those members who need it. So there is one of our members in Germany, the most recent one. She arranged a gospel tour and then was unpaid by the promoter. So we contributed to her fundraiser using some of our membership revenue so that she could get legal advice and support. So that was the most recent one. So, and we've also, there was a family of musicians in the Children's Heart Federation who had a baby who has a heart condition at 0 years old, shortly after birth. So we were able to help them somewhat as well, by indirectly through the Children's Heart Federation. So yes, so thank you. Some of your membership fees go to places you don't know about, but they're doing good. So it's a kind of, we discussed this last time, I've coined the phrase collective democratic philanthropy. So the idea is a small amount from many can make a big difference to one. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the way we roll.
Oh, and thank you for the nomination to the Royal Society of Arts. I'm an FRSA now.
You are an FRSA. I nominated 10 last year. So it was really pleasing to hear that had gone through. And people,
me and Ben.
Yeah, the fellows tend to look out for other fellows online as well. It's nice when I often get messages from somebody when they see FRSA on my LinkedIn. They say, "Oh, hello, fellow." So
oh, that's wonderful.
And we started, remind me where you're based, Kat, again?
At Berkeley, near California.
We started our first New York face-to-face meetings last year as well.
Oh, you did?
Yes, it was on the 16th of December. It was very strange for me sitting by this little river in England, realizing that 16 people who I knew, but they'd never met each other, were all having drinks at Bobby Van's in Manhattan together. The next one is on Valentine's Day. It's a tour of the David Geffen Hall, followed by drinks in the bar afterwards. So that's on the 14th of February. I join on FaceTime.
One in the San Francisco Bay Area.
That would be lovely, wouldn't it? We've got Jen is in LA, and hope she's okay. I must check, but she is one of our ambassadors on the West Coast. So yes, once the things settle down, we'll be doing that over there as well, because we've got lots of members in your area over there as well. So
yeah, I'm coming to London at the end of October, so I will be crashing your party.
Fantastic. Come on, make sure you're here on the last Friday of the month, because that's when
you told me, I remembered, and so we're going. My husband's 64th birthday present is a recording session at Abbey Road, and I said, oh, be sure we're in London the last week of October, and so that's how he arranged it.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. I've recorded there. It's great. Absolutely.
Yeah,
in Abbey Road. That's
he and a few friends are going there they're going to record for 3 days, and I said, you don't need another Yoko in your studio, so I will be going to this party.
That's brilliant. I love it. Excellent. Kat, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
I look forward to a hug in October. But meanwhile, let's have another catch up when the book is published so that we can shout about that.
Absolutely. You take care.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Kat.
Bye-bye.
Don't rush off. I'll just finish the recording. There we go. But wherever this appears, you'll find links to Kat. You'll find our July interview as well. But in the meantime, Kat, thank you so much again.